Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Thrive Thursday. So, earlier this week, we talked about why smart, capable people sometimes stay in unhealthy relationships. So, if that episode resonated with you, I hope you shared it with others in case it might resonate with them as well. And above all else, I hope one message stood out to you. Staying doesn't mean you're weak, it means you're human. So, today I'd like to share 5 practical strategies that can help you reconnect with yourself and begin rebuilding self trust. So, whether you're questioning a relationship, considering a change in your life, or simply wanting to better understand your own needs, these strategies can help you move forward one small step at a time. So, one of the first things that often happens in unhealthy relationships is we slowly stop listening to ourselves. So, instead of asking, "What do I think?" we tend to ask, "What will they think?" or "What do others think?" And instead of wondering, "What do I need?" we start to consider more strongly, "How do I keep the peace?" So, this week, I just want you to practice checking in with yourself throughout the day, asking yourself simple little questions such as, what am I feeling right now? What do I need right now? What feels important to me today or in this moment? Imagine you're invited to another family gathering where you know tension is likely to occur. Before automatically saying yes, you may want to pause. Notice your body's response, notice your thoughts, notice your needs. You don't have to act immediately. Just give yourself an opportunity to begin listening to yourself again. Now, let's look at hope. Hope is a beautiful quality. It can help us persevere through difficult times. But when relationships become unhealthy, hope can sometimes keep us focused on what might happen instead of what is actually happening. So, if that is a potential thing going on for you, I want to encourage you to try asking yourself 2 questions. The first question is, what am I hoping for? And then the next question is, what evidence am I seeing on a consistent basis? So, for example, perhaps someone has promised for the 5th time that they will do their best to communicate differently. And then rather than asking whether they mean it, I want you to ask yourself, what has their behavior shown me over the last 6 months? This isn't about being negative or pessimistic. It's about balancing hope with reality. And healthy decisions usually require both. Now, unhealthy relationships can sometimes become very isolating. And without realizing it, we end up spending less time with supportive friends, trusted family members, or activities that once brought us joy. So I want you to give yourself permission to reconnect with one person who helps you feel grounded. Go for coffee, take a walk, have a FaceTime or a phone call. Spend time with someone who reminds you who you are outside of this relationship. Healthy relationships don't require us to shrink our world, they encourage us to keep growing within it. Now, when we've spent a long time doubting ourselves, even simple decisions start to feel overwhelming. So instead of starting with a life changing decision, begin with an everyday one. Choose the restaurant, pick the movie, decide how you want to spend your Saturday afternoon. Choose the route for your walk or for your drive when you go somewhere. Now, these may seem like simple, tiny little choices that don't make a difference, but really, every time you make a decision and discover that you can handle the outcome, you are strengthening trust within yourself. Confidence grows through practice. And the last strategy for today is to ask yourself a question when you find yourself feeling confused after an interaction. In those moments, I want you to pause and ask, did this interaction with this person bring me closer to peace or further away from it? Now, notice I didn't ask you, did this interaction make me happy? Every relationship has difficult moments, but instead, I want you to ask yourself whether this interaction left you feeling respected, heard, safe, and able to be authentically yourself. That question often provides far more clarity than trying to analyze every word that was said. So, I'd like to leave you with one final thing to consider. You don't have to have all the answers today. You don't have to decide the future of your relationship in this moment. Sometimes the most courageous first step isn't making a big decision, it's simply reconnecting with yourself, listening to your thoughts, honoring your feelings, paying attention to your needs, and remembering that your voice matters too. So I invite you to choose just one of the strategies that we looked at today and practice it with curiosity. Not because you have to make everything better overnight, but because every small step towards trusting yourself is a step towards healthier relationships with others and with you. Now, as you move through this upcoming week, I invite you to become more curious than critical. So be curious about yourself, about your relationships, and the patterns that shape them. Thanks so much for joining me today. Take care of yourself. Until next time, try one small thing to support yourself towards more authenticity, more self-trust, and greater well-being. You got this. I'll see you next time.